What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris. I'm going to bring you more games from the Starseries Season 3. Still 0.74, so yes, I am very bored of this by now. Looking forward to the point when I only see 2 bans in the first phase. That should be interesting. But anyway, this is going to be between, well, Absolute Legends is going to be on the dire side. And on the Radiant, we have TTB/Copenhagen Wolves/MYM. But this game, they're all wearing their MYM tags, so that is what I'm going to be calling them. Keep in mind that they are ex-TTB and Wolves, but now they're MYM. And MYM is like one of the hugest legendary teams of Dota. Like, they've been around in Dota for a very long time. I think they dropped out for a little bit, actually. They've been around for a long time, then they dropped out, then now they're returning with the, the squad that you see on screen right here. So there's a pretty strong brand name there. I think they actually went bankrupt or something like that. I remember a whole big thing about it, but I don't really remember the details. Anyway, they're going to open up with a Rubik Venomancer as well as an Invoker. So their support to their lanes, both very strong just going into this game. AL, they're going to first pick the Morphling as well as the Tidehunter. So they already have a watery theme going on there. Very good if they could pick up more water heroes, but I don't think there are many other water heroes. I guess Kunkka is a water hero because he's a pirate. I believe that's it, but they're also going to go with the Broodmother. Well, Broodmother is a hero that is frequently banned out in the second phase if you somehow communicate to your opponents that you're looking for a long lane hero. And with Morphling and Tidehunter, unless they picked up like a Beastmaster third pick, it would have been fairly obvious they would have been looking for a long lane. So Broodmother is going to be the pickup there, but of course that does mean that MYM, they could hard counter that. They could go for the Sand King. They could, well, Tidehunter's already picked, but they could go for the Sand King. Alright, so AL, they're going to ban out the Enigma in the second ban phase. The ban out from MYM, going to be that Enchantress. Get rid of that jungling potential. Well, there's not really much jungling potential left in this game. Nature's Prophet is the last real jungler. I've seen Storm Spirit jungle. That was some real shit right there. Was it Mania who actually did it? I think it was AL that did it. Yeah. Well, I don't know. All these games are just like blending together. Like, I have all my Starseries games, and there's like so many titles and teams blended together. I have no idea which one's which anymore, but hell, you know what? It doesn't matter, because in game I can remember some things. Like, I've seen Vigos play a Night Stalker before. I'm pretty sure that happened. The ban out for MYM is going to be that Shadow Shaman, banning out more supports from AL. The only supporty hero that they do have is that Tidehunter. So in the next 2 picks, or at least one of them, they're going to be looking for some support, and kind of the opposite situation coming out from MYM. They have a lot of support. Now they're looking for damage. They're going to go for the Beastmaster. Going to get that long lane control, or get some long lane survivability. You know, Beastmaster used to be a solo mid hero. I don't know why we don't see that anymore. I mean, he's a melee hero mid, so I kind of do know why we don't see it anymore, but he was a melee hero mid before. I mean, I think he's due for a resurgence in the mid lane. AL, they're going to go with the CK, so their late game is more than set. And now MYM, what is going to be your hard carry? Because either you pick up a hard carry now, or you gamble on ending the game in 30-35 minutes. I do think that the hard carry is going to be a good choice. I mean, Morphling and CK, though, it's hard to out carry both of them. So they're going to have to find a carry that counters both of them. I don't know, guys. I mean, like, it's really, really hard to counter that CK. I guess Dragon Knight would be a decent choice, but he could still take a lot of that mixed damage from both the CK and the Morphling. But MYM, it would benefit them to pick up a hard carry, I feel. Because AL, well, I mean, they could actually go for an early game build. Broodmother doesn't really scale up that fast. CK is pretty dangerous, Tidehunter pretty dangerous, but Morphling also isn't that much of a threat. And MYM's heroes, I mean, their early game is scary. It's really freaking scary. So they could just try to power the game down with that. I mean, those are their real 2 options. Their support lineup's fine, their utility is fine, they have some pretty good stunning, some pretty good slowing as well. They only have 15 seconds, so we'll see what happens then. AL, well, they're just looking for a support hero. Leshrac hasn't banned out yet, so AA maybe?
Ricky here.
Alright, there we go. They're going to go for that hard carry role in the Ricky Maru. And that's not his name anymore. It's the Ricky, but I'm going to call him Ricky Maru because that is a habit that I have, and that's one that is not going to break. Mostly because I don't care to break it. Ricky is a pretty good counter to Morphling. That smoke screen, it hurts. Plus, when he gets his defusal, which I'm assuming he will, it's going to be an even more pain for that Morphling AL. They're going to need a support hero. I mean, like with that Ricky last pick, I'm sure they would like to have a Bounty Hunter right now, but I don't think Bounty Hunter really fits into this game. I mean, then you would have 4 farm line heroes plus a Tide Hunter, and then it's just not a good mix of team comp. So they need a support hero. As I said before, AA would be solid. Broodmother on the bot lane, Morphling mid, Tide Hunter CK AA. I mean, that works. Again, the junglers aren't really in this game a whole lot. I mean, they're all banned out, so they don't really have that many options as far as how they want to run that lane. But I do think a support hero is going to be the smartest choice. CKAA, I think I said it about like a million times by now. It's a pretty freaking strong lane combination. But AL, they're taking their time. I mean, they know exactly what they're up against. What is going to be the lanes for MYM? They do have some flexibility. I do think Beastmaster will be soloing a lane. MYM might want to try lane the Ricky Maru, Venomancer, Rubik, and with that kind of lane comp, you could get Ricky to max out on the backstab, because between the slows of the Venomancer and the lockdown of the Rubik, well, he'll be able to get a lot of those backstab hits, and then overall it'll deal more damage than Blink Strike. They're instead going to go for the Disruptor. That's fine too. Disruptor, a very solid support hero. Seen sometimes first ban, but you know, in games such as this, sometimes he lasts all the way to the end. So he's kind of finicky as far as his strength goes. Really depends on how the teams view him, how the teams value him. So there we have it. We have AL with a pretty heavy late game lineup. Morphling, CK, plus Broodmother could do a ton of damage then. But the early game is a little bit lacking. MYM, on the other hand, they have a ton of early game, and their late game is okay with the Ricky Maru, but still not really comparable to AL. So MYM, it's up to them to make things happen early on. Get the levels, get the kills, and then hopefully end the game before AL get completely out of control with their huge amount of carries. On the AL side, we have Mania playing the Tide Hunter God on the Morphling. Freezer's going to be playing the Broodmother. Vigos on that Disruptor, and Come With Me is going to be playing that CK. Isn't Vigos usually the primary farmer of AL? Or one of them? Shout out to Mania. I think Mania was on MYM. I am 100% sure of that. I thought Vigos wasn't the support hero, but I guess I'm wrong. I saw him play Night Stalker, I said that before. Anyway, on the MYM side, we have Balsam on the Ricky Maru, hard carrying there. Calculus, the Faceless Void, / Invoke. Rise is going to be playing the Beastmaster, the Nino on the Rubik, and Atsi is going to be playing the last one, the Venomancer Freezer. He's going to lay down a web, but he's got to be really careful because the whole team is here. Surprise, Broodmother! Unfortunately, no one's in range to actually get anything off, so the Broodmother's just going to be really scared, but she's going to live. Yeah, Mania was on the MYM squad. Who else? Merlini, if you guys know who that is. I think he was involved in some big old scandal thing, right? Something about some charity. I don't really know. Who cares, really? I mean, I don't give a shit. And hell, I think I know Mania was. I'm 100% sure. I want to say God was as well. Vigos, I'm pretty sure, was on the team that was always contesting with MYM. But MYM, they've had a lot of history. It's been a long road for them, and it's good to see that they're still in it. I don't know what happened with that bankruptcy that I mentioned before, if that actually happened or if I'm just being crazy. Oh, wasted smoke. I'm pretty sure Rise saw that smoke go off. Mania's still invisible though, but Vigos got completely revealed there, so that's an unfortunate start for AL. But a smoked up Tide Hunter with the haste rune, they still could try to go for Calculus. It's going to be a little bit difficult though. I mean, Tide Hunter is very dangerous at this point, but not too sure if he's actually going to find anything. Freezer in the spot lane, he's going to get absolutely nothing. And of course that means Balsam is going to get free farm. If the Broodmother sticks his neck out a little bit too much, well, this is going to happen. except with more right clicks from the Venomancer. So Freezer isn't getting anything at all. Rise also not getting anything at all. So I guess it evens out. Vigos with the right click, denying that pull. I like it from Vigos. Good play there. Making this Beastmaster's life a living hell. So the top and bottom lanes are kind of a wash for both teams. I mean, the hard laner is not getting anything, and the carry in the respective lanes, it's going to be CK versus the Ricky, getting free farm there in the mid lane. I mean, that's really going to be where the advantage stems from. It's going to be the Invoker versus God. We already have God at a 5-5 advantage over that Invoker. Of course, Invoker in the outside of the game, he has a little bit of trouble with that lane because, I mean, he has a fairly low base damage. I think it even got reduced in 0.75. Although I could be just completely wrong about that. But Invoker does have really low base damage, so he does struggle a little bit as far as his right clicks, though. We see 64 damage versus 54. So already you see God with a little bit more damage there. That agility morph really helps out. So the Invoker losing as far as that goes. Ricky Maru, what is going on here? Balsam dropping a couple of last hits. He's only 5 for 3, whereas the CK is 12 for 4. Huge differential there. So AL, they're definitely getting the upper hand here. I mean, Morphling is perfectly safe versus the Invoker, like fairly safe at least. Freezer is kind of nullifying out the Beastmaster. So I guess that's like both dead heroes essentially. But they both could ramp up pretty effectively. Rise, he knows that the enemy has warded off his ancient camps. He's going to be pissed about that, but he should be able to handle it regardless. I do think it would benefit the Beastmaster to just, go over here and do pulls in this camp and then axe that down. Because really, what else is he going to do? He's not literally getting nothing. He has literally nothing. He just got enough for sentry wards, but sentry wards are heading towards the bot lane, where they're trying to pressure Freezer. Freezer actually has something. He actually has a little bit of experience. Not much. He's going to hit level 2 eventually, but yeah, the Beastmaster is not getting as much as Freezer, but they're still not getting much at all. Ricky Maru has recovered a little bit as far as his gold per minute goes, but really, so far AL, they're getting the upper hand here. Vigos and Mania both doing the creep, stacking, and pulling. Nino and Atsi kind of doing the same thing. Calculus is going to take a wave form. Now they're going to be dueling. Throw those energy balls at him. I really don't know why Invoker's face is like this. I mean, sometimes this happens, like when you see like Lena without her hair, or who else has that problem? Who else does have that problem? Nightstalker without his wings, that happens too. Just stuff like that, whenever you see that. I mean, I think it's because of Valve separating the base model of the hero from the model that you see in game like all the time. And really, the reason of that is, Steam Workshop. You get those items going, and those items replace those items are attached to the base model. And when the game is updated, it gets a little bit buggy. But Invoker, I don't think his face actually changes. He even has hair that changes, so that's like clear there. Although the top hat isn't even showing up. Yellow getting caught out of a little position. Getting caught out of position just a little bit. He's going to go down from this one. Axes to fly, but the right clicks from Mania and Vigos, I think they're going to be enough. No, Rise, still living. He's going to pop off a salve. 100 HP, now 60 HP as Calculus is here to support. He can't kill Vigos or Mania, but they do manage to both live. He's going to take a Thunderstrike as well. Calculus might be the one to go down. Tornado going to fly, and one more Thunderstrike. 20 HP there. Vigos, one more right click. Not going to happen. He's going to salve up as well and look for Calculus, but Calculus is long gone. So still no kills here. As Broodmother has left the lane, gonna try to head over to support, but ultimately nothing happening there. Let's actually take a look at, not surprisingly, AL getting the better farm in this engagement, or this entire game. I mean, look at this farm differential. When you have this many heroes with double-digit gold per minute, that's like, this is gonna be a low-budget game for most of these guys, which could be interesting. I don't think I've seen a game where these heroes have gotten this little. I mean, obviously I would much rather prefer it if everyone had a lot, because then I would see lots of big items, lots of, clutch damage dealing and stuff like that. Kind of like EM mode. That would be actually pretty cool. Not practical at all, but cool to watch. But yeah, EM mode, in case you guys didn't know, it stands for easy mode. Used to be a mode in Dota 2 that Well, when you were just learning, you would just join an APEM game. It'd be very solid. God gonna take a cold snap. He does have a bottle plus waveform plus strength morph though, so he's gonna be fine. And EM mode made you get more gold per second. You get 2 instead of 1 every tick of gold. And I think gold was like what, every 0.75 seconds. Rise is gonna take a gush as well. Kinetic field is going to trap Rise in. This might be the first blood, as we see right here. Beastmaster trying to struggle against that kinetic field, but he's gonna go down. Rise, the first one to fall in this game, and I caught the first blood. Hell yes. But anyway, back to the farming, and I guess back to the history lesson. EM would make you get a little bit more experience, and you would get more gold over time. I don't know if you got more gold from killing creeps. I don't think so. Freezer's going to take a Gale. Telekinesis as well. No Sentry Ward. There's a Sentry Ward. Going to pull him up into the air. Balsam's going to start the right clicks. Freezer probably going to go down here as well. Venomancer with that kill there. So MYM responding to their loss of the Beastmaster with a kill of their own. Both hard lane heroes. Not surprisingly, going to be the first ones to fall. Rise might be in a little bit more trouble as Mania closing in. Doesn't want to dive through the creep wave though. Come with me is there to support. There's the gush onto Rise. He's going to juke into the trees though. He does have his axes. He does have a couple tangos. Teleportation coming in is going to be purple. That Venomancer Rise going to eat his way straight through. I didn't actually know you could do that. He's going to go for Reality Rift onto Atsy though. He's going to go down to the Disruptor, stealing the last hit from Come With Me. Axe is going to fly. Not going to be enough as Balsam has now arrived. There goes the Disruptor down to the Invoker. Tornado going to fly. Is going to hit on that CK as Balsam is there for the damage. Trapped in the trees. He's going to go down as Calculus gets himself a double kill. And of course, everything has to happen at the exact same time. Good teleportation support coming in from MYM. I mean, Calculus recognized that need, popped off his Wex, popped off his phase boots, and got there in the nick of time. And even the Ricky Maru leaving that lane, he's gone for a lot of blink strikes, so he's going to have consistent damage. And God might be in a little bit of trouble if he takes a smoke screen here. Cold Snap as well. God unable to move out of this. He's going to be just fine. 5 HP living with that waveform. Vigos has laid down a kinetic field, slowing them down, but he's going to take a little bit of damage. Balsam without any mana to chase, though. He's got to fall back. And God, you lucky, lucky bastard. You need one more hit from Balsam, or one more hit from anything. One more hit from a creep would have done it. As we see the Beastmaster getting the crap kicked out of him by the CK. Level 7 versus level 4, yeah, it's like punching a baby. It's ugly to watch, and it shouldn't happen. So anyway, I guess 7 minutes of nothing, and then 1 minute of everything. So now sees Freezer might be in a little bit of trouble. Atsy is going to spot him out, I believe. He spotted out all those spiderlings. Really know that he's here. They don't have any true sight, so it doesn't even matter, unless the Broodmother gets ridiculously, stupidly aggressive. We have Vigos circling around, trying to go for Calculus, but Orange is here to support as well. He could easily dip down. Calculus now is going to be caught in that kinetic field. Thunderstrike as well. God is there with the very hard right clicks. Waveform is available to him, but he's getting stunned up a little bit. Gale going to slow down God even more as Nino is going to come in with the Vade Bolt. Low level there, but God strength morphing. He should be able to live. Waveform out, and God living once again. No one dying out of that engagement. Good attempts, but Disruptor, I mean, he doesn't deal all that much damage. As a support hero, he's mostly all about the utility. The kinetic field, the glimpse. The glimpse is like so much utility right there. Holy crap, that is like the definition of utility. Static Storm even used a little bit more for the silence than it is for the damage. It's like a giant smoke screen plus damage, not like a giant what kind of spell does giant AoE damage? I can't think of any of those, but not like one of those plus silence, so you guys get the idea. Balsam going to try to go for Freezer. Blink Strike needs one more hit, but the Broodmother, fast enough with the web movement speed, just barely kept that distance there. Balsam, unfortunately, unable to procure himself a solo kill. That would have been absolutely huge if he did get that. Ricky Maru would have been that much scarier. Come with me. Oh, what are you doing, Rise? He's going to take a 2-second stun, as well as a Reality Rift. Rise might be saved by this Tornado, but I don't think so. Mania going to get cold snapped as well. He's probably going to go down to Calculus. Yes, he does go down, but a Reality Rift is going to bring down the Venomancer. The Gale does fly out and miss. Calculus trapped in the kinetic field, unable to move anywhere. Vigos is going to make his way out with the CK. Come with me. And I feel like, well, I mean, it's like a support Tidehunter for a Beastmaster who doesn't have anything. That did favor AL just a little bit because they did get the tower of Beastmaster. I mean, he really jumped the gun there. He was way too far up, and Calculus was way too far back. Atsy was nowhere to be found until the tail end of that fight. We now do have a pause. Let's take a look at how the gold graph is looking right now. AL still farming better, 1 kill behind, but that tower kill, man, that tower kill is going to give them a huge advantage there. EXP, look at that stock market EXP graph. Still a little bit in favor of AL, but really the numbers aren't large enough to really matter all that much. Rikimaru with his free farm is behind the CK. So CK is going to go for a Drum Vanguard build, possibly. Rikimaru going to go straight for that Diffusal plus Tranquil Boots. I don't think I've seen that on Rikimaru. I mean, he has a lot of armor, so it's just a matter of how much do you want that healing. And I guess the movement speed also helps. That's a lot of bonus movement speed coming out from the Tranquil Boots. Like a remarkable amount. So that movement speed swing on the Rikimaru is going to be pretty huge. And of course with that Purge, that just ups his killing potential so much. It's Broodmother. If Rikimaru had a Purge stick, that would have been so easy for the Rikimaru to kill that Broodmother. Balsam just going to slip away as Mania is coming around with Dust. Finally, the Broodmother picked up a Soul Ring 10 minutes into the game. Alright, if Balsam reveals himself, I'm pretty sure he's going to die right here, unless he gets some clutch Blink Strikes off. Because Mania's around, he does have a Dust. Here comes the bird. What's it? It has the Magic Stick. Magic Wand? Is it magic? It's a Magic Wand. Yeah, Magic Stick is the basic. But here comes Mania. Now, Mania's still chilling. He's going to wait for delivery onto Freezer. Going to get mana for Spiderlings. But I don't think they're actually gonna go right now, so there's that. I don't know what Come With Me is doing in the base. He isn't really moving. Oh, there we go. Teleportation on the bot lane. 2 teleportations on the bot lane. They want Balsam dead. Are they gonna get it though? I think Balsam senses something. He's gonna fall back. Yeah, lots of people missing off of the map. He's just gonna get the hell out of there. They have sentry wards, but now they're spotted out. Balsam doesn't know what's happening. Oh, you gotta be careful there. Nino, gotta be careful as well. Thunderstrike to fire off first. Come With Me, looking for that Reality Rift. The Gush will set him up for that, but the beautiful smoke screen gonna deny that to both Vigas as well as Come With Me. Vigas is gonna get dropped instantly. Come With Me, stunned as well, gonna pop off that Phantasm, but Mania is taking a ton of damage from Balsam, not yet level 6, and he's gonna go down to Calculus. Come With Me, trying to chase down Atsy. He probably is gonna get it. No, the Tornado just on the tail end might save Atsy. No, Atsy just runs right back into that. I don't know what the deal was with that, but Come With Me does end up going down to Balsam. As we have a 3-for-1 trade, Balsam picking up one of those, but it's the most important one because it ended a spree, which can give him a little bit more gold. I don't know what the hell Atsy was doing. I mean, Tornado, and then he just ran straight back into the CK. He was home free. So, I don't know, maybe he has a Death Wish. You can see how much damage this Rikimaru does. He brought God to half health with 3 hits and a Blink Strike. If he gets that smoke down, if he gets that Purge, that is a dead Morphling, especially if he has a little bit of support. Beastmaster, it has hit that level 6 mark. Has Broodmother hit the level 6 mark? She has, but the level 6 from Broodmother isn't as important as the level 6 from the Beastmaster. Oh no, God's still getting stalked by Rikimaru. This is going to be the smoke as in the gank attempt. Or no, it's not. They're just going to go for the Scratchy Poos. Scratchy, Scratchy. Oh, he's still around though, blocked up. God smells something. He knows. Mania coming around with the Dust. But Balsam slipping away. True stealth assassin. Vigas is going to get the cold snap. Was that a cold snap? I think it was. But the kinetic field does hold him out. Mania now getting stalked. Balsam just everywhere. Not farming and not getting kills though. Keep that in mind. He might get a kill on Mania though. Rise, does he have a roar up? He does. Blink Strike in from Balsam, doing heavy damage to this Tidehunter. Just needs like 2 more hits. Axe is going to fly, chop out the trees. Mania's gone the other way. Cold Snap is going to land, and Calculus picks himself a mega kill. Vigas is going to lay down a kinetic field to save his own ass. But Balsam, he knows where the Rubik is. The Disruptor is. He could chase him down and kill him if he wanted to. It looks like their target is going to be the mid lane. Calculus has been getting quite a bit in from these engagements. 501 there. Second place as far as gold per minute goes, even though he's still behind as far as the creep score goes. Hey, if you can't farm creeps, then go ahead and just farm heads. It's the ideal way to farm right there. They're going to push this mid lane, but they got to deal with the top lane. They got to deal with the bot lane. I mean, Balsam's dealing with the bot lane, so that's going to be his Diffusal Blade. The top lane has been pushed pretty aggressively by God, who doesn't really have all that much. He is sitting on a lot of gold, though. Come With Me and the CK and Morphling, they both have quite a bit. Freezer is, he doesn't have anything. And he might die to this Rikimaru solo. It's going to be hard, though, because the Broodmother does have a lot of both bonus movement speed from the web, but Balsam, if he finds anyone else, that's pretty much a guaranteed solo kill. Looks like he's finally going to get some farm. Rise, popping off the random dust, looking for the Broodmother. She's not there, though. Reality Rifting, that Calculus back, and unable to get that CK stun. Forcing consent onto the Nino, though. I'm sure they would rather have the Rubik, the Invoker, but hey, a kill is a kill, and they did get a kill. EMP gonna go off, but Calculus does get reality drifted back in another 4-second stun. What is this bullshit? There's Roar onto God, pushing Mania back, but it's too late. Come With Me has already taken down Calculus. Now going to try to go for Atsy. Slow to a crawl, though. Balsam has now arrived onto the fight. 1 hit, 2 hits onto Vigos. That glimpse a little bit too slow. Now he's going to go for Mania. Does he have another Purge available? And in 3 seconds, Come With Me has taken down that Venomancer, and Balsam still on the chase for Mania, who's just looping around all over in these trees. Stopped moving, though, and now he's going to die. Now he's gonna Vania. Now he's gonna die. Purge stick, 1, 2, 3 hits. Reality Rift onto the Balsam, but Balsam, he wants more. 1 more second to the blink stun, but teleportation support is coming in. It's gonna be Vigos forcing Balsam back. 5:05. This Ricky Maru is going to be an absolute terror. He already is an absolute terror. But CK got a couple kills there, and now Vigos gonna get smoked and purged. 3 hits and an ultra kill from Balsam. 2 of those kills on Vigos. That didn't really seem like the timer would allow for a continued streak there. But, hell, Balsam's getting farmed. 6:05 as this game. I mean, in the beginning, it's so boring. I mean, I was explaining frickin' EM mode, and I realized I didn't even finish. Oh my god, spider fight. Are those spiders? Yes! This is awesome! I don't think Rubik's spiders have much of a chance. Although Fade Bolt, Rubik's kind of throwing in his hat with his own spiders. I mean, as you would expect. Pretty cool. I've never seen that before. Spiders be spiders. But I guess I'll finish explaining EM. You just get a lot more gold. You get a lot more experience. So everyone had a lot more stuff. And of course, all the pros were like, well, this... All the, like, smart people were like, this mode is dumb. Because if you pick Zeus, you're pretty much screwed. Because the Phantom Lancer is going to have, like, a 10-minute anything. And then you can't do anything about it. Come With Me looking for a kill onto Calculus. Going to force himself away, though. He even popped a drum charge for that, so that's down the drain now. Come With Me does have a dust. And if he dusts Balsam, he's going to be in trouble. Roar is not online. There's the Roar. Come With Me is going to get roared. Sitting in the smoke as well. Taking a lot of damage, but he's very tanky with that Vanguard. Balsam can't do enough damage. There's a 2-second stun on him, but the Cold Snap denying any casting from Come With Me. The Reality of trying once, twice, 3 times finally does work. Balsam stuck in the middle of a static storm. He's going to go down. Morphling picking up one of those kills. CK with another one as Calculus and Atsy try to get the hell out of there. The Balsam does go down finally. But Vigos and God with the support, the burst damage is really the most reliable way to bring down the Ricky Maru, because 16 armor, I mean, your physical attacks aren't going to be doing a whole much there, but the static storm plus the waveform, that'll do it. That will do it. You know, in the spot lane, trying to get a little bit of something done with the spiderlings. Look at this! Oh, Freezer, I thought he was going to cast spiderlings on the spiderlings. Yo, dog, I heard you liked spiderlings, so I injected some spiderlings in your spiderlings so you could multiply while you multiply. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all. I think Beastmaster scaled up relatively decently in this game. I mean, after getting completely shat on in the bot lane. Freezer has been farming this entire time. I mean, that's what a Broodmother does, but MYM, they've been pretty good about making sure that the Broodmother doesn't get that much pushing potential. Oh, Come With Me, gonna look towards Rise once again. Rise is without a stun for 2 seconds. He's gonna have it available to him. Balsam popping off the dust, gonna go straight for Freezer. Roar onto Rise as his final dying wish. Reality Rift is going to kill him, but Freezer is going to die in exchange. Balsam, one more hit. There you go. Come With Me is gonna take a Gale. EMP is gonna land as well. Cold Snap to Come With Me. He's gonna go down. 4 seconds stun to Balsam, so he might have a little bit of a chance here. Balsam is the main DPS source, but Come With Me now is gonna take full damage from everything that this Ricky Maru has to offer. One more Blink Strike is going to kill this hero, but instead it's going to be the Invoker. And I think Ricky Maru should have picked out that invisibility rune, because then you need Sentry Wards and a gem and dust to see him. It's not actually how it worked, but that would be fairly interesting if that was how it worked. Alright. So they picked up the Broodmother for free. They picked up the CK. Actually, it wasn't for free. Beastmaster took a fall, but Beastmaster, I mean, he's really just a Roar Cannon. That's all he is. He really can't offer all that much. It's like Roar axes and then that's it. Hope you don't die. But God is pushing very aggressively. He doesn't have a replicate up. He's going to run away, but Calculus with the Cold Snap available is even going to body block him in just a little bit. God knows someone's here. He thinks it's the Ricky Maru, I'm sure. There's a Tornado. It's going to be a surprise for him when he sees Calculus there. Cold Snap to follow, but he's not really getting that many hits. There's the Cold Snap into a smoke, and God is going to go down. Invoker getting yet another kill. I have no idea how this Invoker is getting kills when Ricky is the one who's actually, like, hitting them. It doesn't really make much sense to me. Like, Invoker just sneaking in the right clicks, and Ricky's like, okay, fine, you could have that one, I'll get the next one. And then he's like, well, shit, I'll take the next one. Oh, well, fine. I'll get the next one. So Rikimaru, I feel like he could be a lot stronger than he is now, but still, he's very extraordinarily strong. Gonna go straight for BKB. Now, keep in mind that you can't go invisibility when you are magic immune. I believe that's how it works. I don't know. I don't really get BKB on Rikimaru that much. Usually I just go for Manta style and try to confuse the opponents, use stealth as a coward. That's how I play Rikimaru. I play cowardly. No, that's untrue. Don't be a coward when you're playing Ricky. You have to be risky when you're playing Ricky. Unless they have dust, then you just run and hide. Phantasm's gonna pop for this tower, and with the giant army of Spiderlings, I do think... Oh, Balsam gonna dive straight in for Mania. Smoke screen unable to land though. Balsam can take a huge amount of damage. He's gonna go down. Does he have buyback? He does not. So Come With Me is gonna go uncheck this fight. Gonna go straight for Rise. Gets shredded down. Roar before he dies. Tornado to follow. He might live from this. 14 HP. Definitely Blast to follow. Wow, the support play from Calculus absolutely astounding. Saving that Beastmaster's life. Gonna force himself through. That can I feel. Gonna try to go for Vigas. Needs one more right click. He is gonna get it. Then gets glimpsed back. What a free escape spell for him. The Disruptor does go down in exchange for the Rikimaru, though. Rikimaru really jumped the gun there. I mean, Smokescreen is great and everything, but the burst damage from AL is just a little bit greater. And I do think AL could finish off this tower. Venomancer has gotten some time to put up some wards. But really, this Invoker, Calculus, he's getting a couple of kills from the Ricky, but I do feel like he's earning them. I mean, that Beastmaster was completely swamped in enemy heroes, but a tornado and then a deafening blast to save him. Absurd support play by this Invoker. Good spell choice, good spell usage. Oh, come with me. Let's see if Rikimaru can actually kill the CK. It's going to be tough for him unless he catches the CK and moving. Oh, the Reality Rift is down. No mana for a stun. Balsam can go for this if he wants to. Yellow's coming in to support. But Come With Me is running away. There's the Purge. There's the right click starting. Smoke to follow up as well. Is the Beastmaster going to get into position? Chopping down the trees. Going to need that Roar. Come With Me is going to survive as God coming into support. And Rise, unfortunately, a little bit too far away. Balsam, he really wanted that kill, which is why he went there. But it would have been a gamble either way. So, you know, Balsam went for it. Unfortunately, didn't have enough damage because CK has a ton of armor. I mean, 9 is not exactly 17. But still, it will offer him quite a bit of protection there. What is the percentage block, actually? 51. Not bad at all. Thunderstrike going on to Invoker. Rise does still have that Roar. So he's going to hold on to it. Nino is still in Spiderlings once again. This Rubik, I mean, I don't know how he's spawning Spiderlings since it's not really a magical spell that you can copy. It's more of a biological thing. But he's making it happen. Unfortunately, now it's going to be all shredded down due to Mania's Anchor Smash, so it's just free gold. But yeah, I don't know what the hell Rubik actually does to copy Spiderlings, because it's like Broodmother injects her young. That's actually a thing that's in the Broodmother's body. Like, she's shooting her eggs at them, and I don't know if, like, Rubik copies the eggs and he could, like, change his DNA or something like that. That would be pretty cool, but as I understand it, Rubik could just copy spells. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I guess it's the same, like, copying Gush or something like that. I have no idea. Roshan is going to be the target, though. AL going to safely bring that one down. Or, I say safely. They got to watch out for this Invoker. His tornadoes have been devastating this fight. Roshan, I do believe, is not going to survive by the time Invoker gets here. Tornado flying out. Now the Roshan is going to get brought down by God and Come With Me. Vigas going to take a tornado. Glimpsing back. Well, glimpsing back someone. It's going to be the Nino. But AL just barely get that Roshan and then make it out safely. As we have some items being built up. Calculus. He is not as much as I thought he would have. 700 gold is a lot, though, so fair enough. Rikimaru does have his BKB flying out towards him. Should be just in time, because Come With Me also wants in on this. He's gonna go for Heart of Tarask. So not the most damage coming out from the CK, but his levels will really give him a lot of damage that he needs. Plus that crit as well. Crit is pretty good. There's the Blink Strike onto Come With Me, Purge Stick, as well as Cold Snap. Gonna pop out the Phantasm, though, dispelling everything. Also gonna pop off his 10-second BKB charge to just run away. Gonna turn around for Come With Me. 1 hit, 2 hit. Gonna bring him down. Gonna take a little bit of right-clicking from God. But hey, they got the Chaos Knight, and they did get away with their lives. Ricky, if he runs into Vigas, Vigas is pretty much screwed. Rubik on the bot lane, actually. Picking up the Broodmother. Sorry for missing that one. I should really... map awareness, man. Map awareness is hard. But hey, AL, take out the CK, take out the Broodmother. Oh, they're going to look for Mania as well. Here comes the backslash. Huge damage onto Mania. 1, 2, 3. 4 hits, and Calculus again. How does he do it? I have no idea. Balsam trying to become invisible, but Morphling is a little too smart for that. Actually, Waveform's way too far, and he does miss that kill on the Rikimaru. Here comes Vigos once again, but Vigos knows that if he goes in, it's just 2 hits, or maybe 3 hits. Actually, plus 100 damage, 240, 300. Yeah, it's like 3 hits, and then the Disruptor drops. So Disruptor's got to be really careful about this Rikimaru. So far, MYM do have the gold lead, albeit barely. And, well, 10 kill advantage, they do have an experience lead as well. They're going to try to take down this tier 1 mid tower. It's going to be the second tower they've taken down where they have lost 3 of their own. The tower does get destroyed by a hero spiderling. I think it's this guy. That guy gets a Medal of Honor. So the mid lane has been brought down. Balsam, he's not done. He's going to try to go for God, but he's got to watch out. Because God does have an Aegis plus a Mantis on Balsam, only at half HP. Needs more of those. Needs more time with the Tranquil Boots. Get himself back up to full. But it looks like that the Rubik actually stole. No, those were illusion runes. Never mind. Let's do a quick. Let's do a quick watching of God die or lose his Aegis. Balsam gonna go toe to toe there. Smoke kind of missing though. So he's gonna take an adaptive strike. Waveform through as well. Rikimaru should be fine from this one though. That's not the item button. This is the item button. See, we have drums, phase boots, looking to build a sheepstick on the Invoker. Balsam still with the BKB finish, and it says 10 seconds, but I think it's because the item menu doesn't actually change. Yeah, it doesn't change to highlight the duration. I think that's a bug, or that's definitely not working as intended. Vanguard on Rise somehow managed to pick that up. We're gonna see Vigos get completely diced in half. Or if he gets a good smoke, then Vigos could go down. But Balsam just running all around. Oh, whatever. I'm sure he'll do something eventually. Force Staff is up on the Rubik. That's pretty much it, though, being one of the primary support heroes. Looks like the Venomancer even going to go for BKB. They're actually going to go for Freezer. I get this window down. I can't press Escape to close that window, which, in my opinion, doesn't make sense. But looks like, actually, nothing's going to happen. Freezer going to run into a whole bunch of heroes. There's the smoke going to be dispelled. Freezer is revealed. He's going to try to hide at the tip of his web, but there's the cold snap to open up. Dust as well. Freezer is so freaking dead. What? How did he live from that? Magic Stick charges. He's going to try to run away from this. Well, no. Okay, there we go. Calculus is going to kill him. I'm like, what? I wasn't even saying what was happening because that Broodmother was deader than dead. But Magic Stick charges, 15 of them, keeping her alive. And I'm sure MYM, they were surprised about that as well. We now have smoke up once again. 4 people from AL. They're looking for anyone that they could find. They're going to run into the Nina, who is low on mana. Does have a Force Staff, but that's not going to save him. Oh, there's the smoke being revealed. You know, he's crapping his pants right now. 2 second stun. Kinetic Field to follow up. Reality Rifting, trapping him into that cage. And he's just getting it worked down. Tidehunter with a level 2 Gush. Really? You got to kill with a level 2 Gush this late in the game. That's kind of impressive. But a trade Rubik for Broodmother does favor MYM. But hey, at least AL got something out of this. They're going to pop out the Phantasm, work down this tier 2 on the bottom lane. Broodmother's done some pretty good work there. Unfortunately for her, she's not going to strike the killing blow on it. But hey, a dead tower is a dead tower. Kinetic Field, ooh, just barely missing on Rise, but hell, they're keeping them out. Tornado, EMP, Deafening Blast, going to kill 3 creeps, which is fantastic. I think that was actually Axes that killed him, so Invoker just wasted a whole bunch of mana for nothing. Good work, Invoker. Balsam gonna look around for anyone he could find. Oh, he's gonna find Vigos, and Vigos is, I'm pretty sure he's dead. If this Blink Strike lands, he's dead. Yeah, he can kill him right now. Blink Strike, 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Miscalculation. 4 hits killing the Disruptor. Didn't know what hit him. He had no shot in hell. Okay, let's continue with the item check. God has picked up a Mantis Style, as well as, he just does still have that Aegis on him. Ooh, he has a lot of gold as well, so he could go for a shotgun at this point. Lots of vulnerable heroes on the MYM side. Come with me. Hasn't had much item progression. He should have a lot of gold, though. Yeah, it's 2,200 gold. Not bad. Quite a bank saved up there. Disruptor going to go for drums. Mania going to go for nothing. And Freezer has finished off his Orchid, which is going to be very good for him to kill off Balsam. But Balsam picking off the Courier, then going to go straight for Freezer. He's silenced, though, so he can't go invisible or cast anything. He doesn't have any True Sight either. The Dust is in the wrong position as the Broodmother makes her escape. But the that Orchid, I mean, like, it's a stable item on Broodmother, no matter who you're really up against. But it's going to do extra work against Rikimaru, who is going to be unable to go invis when that happens. BKB, though, I mean, that kind of nullifies that. Oh, Mania. Oh no, Mania. Well, he's come with me to support, and Balsam's got to be a little bit careful. Oh, Sentry Ward to drop. That could have been very dangerous for Balsam. He knew that the Tidehunter had that Sentry Ward. Oh, please don't go up that hill. Please don't, Balsam. Okay, good. AL, they're sticking together. It's exactly what they got to do if they want to stay alive. And who knows, they might not want to stay alive. Balsam just patrolling the forest, looking for anyone they could find. In the meantime, the rest of AL, they've been sticking on this bot lane pretty well. Freezer, I mean, he's been under constant threat. You can see 0-4-2, not the best score for Broodmother, because MYM, they've just been very diligent about keeping tabs on her. Vigas is going to get force staffed in from the Nino. Telekinesis back into a roar, perhaps? No, just a Gale. Vigas stuck in the middle of a whole bunch of support heroes from MYM. Not the most damage there, but hey, it's enough. Balsam running at just a sliver of HP. God, gonna get that Adaptive Strike off as soon as that BKB charge ends. Here comes Calculus for a little bit of harassment damage. But Rikimaru trading his life for, who was it, Mania? Yeah, it was Mania. Not a good trade there. I mean, Balsam definitely did not expect all the AL heroes to be there. It's like, oh, you want to kill our Tidehunter? Surprise! Well, everyone's here. Both of our carries are protecting our supports. Our support. Singular support. How often do you see that when the support is just like, just farming and the carries are like, oh, man, we gotta back that guy up. Usually the support hero is like, wow, we gotta back up that carry. Push into the bot lane. Mania has teleported back in. Looks like he burned the Ravage to actually save himself from that Riki. Freezer looking to get into position, but Calculus is invisible. There's a tornado, but Atsy's taking a ton of damage. Nino can hold out Freezer as Atsy tries to teleport out of here. He is going to make it out, and Mania is unable to get in close enough for a gush or anything. So it looks like the rest of MYM going to fall back successfully. They don't want to fight until they have their Riki up and running. Going to go for a Manta style, so a good choice there. Add to the confusion aspect, dispel a silence or something like that. I wonder if that courier had anything valuable on it. And it got killed, but I think it got killed on the return trip. I think if Balsam got there like a second earlier, he would have killed the courier before it delivered the Orchid, and then he would have killed Freezer as well. But, you know, he killed the courier, so that's a win in and of itself. Another look at the gold graph, still in favor of AL actually. Tower is really telling the story there, and the 12 kill deficit not enough to bring the gold advantage in their favor, but instead, oh, they might gonna try to go for Come With Me, trying to get that Phantasm off. He is gonna get it off. EMP Tornado go, gonna reveal which one is the real, and Rise just tanking everything. He's gonna take a ton of damage here. Rikimaru picking up Vigas in the meantime. There goes the Beastmaster down to the CK. And this CK is just so darn tanky right now. There's the real one. They know it's the real one. Telekinesis onto Come With Me, taking a ton of damage. He's going to go down. Deafening Blast onto Freezer. He's now stuck in the cloud, and he's unable to attack from that Deafening Blast. So MYM extending their lead, 29-15, picking off some very, very key heroes to pick off. Come With Me. Going to get a little bit of his mana drain, but he gets a 2-second stun onto Balsam. Nino's there to support Calculus before staffing himself in. Going to try to go for Mania. If they can get a stun on him, well, they don't even need a stun. The slows are going to be enough. Trying to turn around for a Ravage. But that smoke was there just in time. MYM just farming AL's heads. In the meantime, the bot lane, if I can click down there, the Morphling has been pushing that out. Did a little bit of damage to this tier 3 tower, but they're going to end up losing the tier 2 mid. So MYM, they're doing everything they can to make sure that they get these towers down, at least cancel off the map control that AL have, and Roshan is now up, so they got to watch out for that as well. Bot lane tower, I don't know how this is still untouched. How is that possible? Who was in this bot lane, actually? It was a tri-lane, and it's untouched. That's really freaking weird. Well, Roshan is up, so that's probably going to be the next goal. And I do feel like well, I don't know. It's going to be a tight fight there. Because the Tidehunter Ravage, only level 1, but still, it's a Ravage. Oh, it's not going to be too good if Vigas goes down. 1, 2, 3 hits. There we go. Not strong enough to 3-hit that Disruptor. Balsam getting another free kill, and you don't want to feed the Rikimaru. He's going to recharge his Diffusal Blade, get that level 2 on it, but he's burning those Purge charges pretty quickly. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. He's getting a kill pretty much whenever he uses that Purge. But he's going to run out soon. So he's going to be sad about that. He could just rebuy it, though. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a Riki do that. But, yeah, it's definitely an option. The Purge is just so useful for Riki. But I think at that point, it's just like, why are you even bothering? Just get a freaking I have Scotty. Because I have Scotty and Ricky is completely ridiculous. If you have never seen a Ricky with an I have Scotty, I highly encourage you to play a Ricky game and then go for that item. It is sick. Don't rush it though, because it's a horrible item to rush, especially on Ricky. Oh, the ward traps. Slowing down AL just a little bit. Tornado EMP gonna fly, do a lot of damage to Vigos, bring him down to half. But Come With Me is in the middle of everything for some reason. Balsam's doing everything he can to bring him down. Hopping out the BKB, gonna dodge that Ravage. Now he's gonna try to go for Mania. Calculus did pick up that kill once again from Balsam. Balsam's gonna take down that Tidehunter, but getting a lot of damage from God and Freezer. He's gonna try to get away. 53 HP. Is he revealed? He is not, but Morphling is on the chase. Rise is gonna try to do something with the Axis waveform in. Rise somehow still alive with the Magic Stick charges. Calculus now in a little bit of trouble. He has to invoke Ghostwalker, or at least force himself up there. But God with the hand of the Eye of Scotty of himself. Oh no, Balsam, don't get in the way there. There's the rock dropping down on God. They're gonna bring down one. Are they gonna find Freezer? They don't have vision of him. Now they do have vision. Tornado gonna fly and miss though. Freezer gonna walk out of this. So that was as I said, a pretty close fight. Ricky Maru with the Tranquil Boots really gaining enough HP to turn around on that Morphling. Thought he was lining up and Morphling was just going to wait for him down, but the Roshan is now going to go down. Please don't kill Calculus. That would just be embarrassing. Balsam with the double life. MYM just barely getting the upper hand in that fight. Well, because the Ravage didn't hit on Balsam. And the Static Storm, I believe, was mostly mitigated. It was in the kinetic field, but I don't think it really hit anyone. Uh-oh. Mania. Mania, darling. You gotta watch out. Glimpse back. I don't know. The BKB says no to Glimpse. Mania's gonna go down. Balsam's gonna walk right on out of there. No vision either, so he can't get that long glimpse. Ricky Maru farming heads. 3,400 gold on him. Finishes Manta style. Get a butterfly even. Ooh, wait, is this him? Well, let's keep an eye on that. But MYM, they're increasing their lead. I mean, this Invoker is doing a ton of work in this game. Did you see how much rock that did? Did you see how much damage that rock did to that Morphling? It was absurd. But the Morphling was also doing quite a bit of damage herself. I mean, the Broodmother combined with the Morphling, Ricky Maru, not tanky enough to really survive that. He is going to finish off his Manta style, which is going to help him a little bit, get a little bit of confusion factor going in there. But still, AL, they have supreme late game. Chaos Knight wasn't even supported by his allies, and he took like a year and a half to drop. And then even after that CK went down, hell, the rest of AL put up a very tough fight. So Balsam, I mean, he's going to have to carry very, very hard. I feel like even harder than he is right now. I mean, he's going to get a little bit of support from this Invoker. Beastmaster trying to go for some utility role as well. But really, Ricky Maru is going to be the one dealing damage late game, whereas AL, they have CK to deal the late game damage, although he's going to look to tank up. But hey, I mean, Chaos Strike plus Phantasm is pretty darn good. God is also going to do a lot of damage and replicate himself out of there. Plus, the Broodmother is also going to do a sizable amount of damage. More importantly, get that incapacitating bite onto Balsam. That mischance not to be messed around with. Balsam might be forced to get an MKB there. And really, MKB is not what you want to get as the Ricky, because you want to stack agility, because you get twice the agility. You get twice the benefit from it. You get the increase in the flat damage and then increase from the backstab damage. So that's why you see Manta style. That's why you see Diffusal Blade, because it gives you a ton of agility. And Butterfly, and hey, I have Scotty. I have Scotty is ridiculous on Ricky. As I was saying before, I guess. Ricky Maru, don't rush Scotty. Never rush Scotty, because you'll never afford it. And then by the time you do get it, you're going to be doing no damage. It's going to be really sad to watch. But if you have a Manta style, if you have a Diffusal Blade, yes, get Eye of Scotty. It will pay for itself so much. Because it's essentially Purge, except permanent. There's nothing bad about it, except for its price tag, really. I love it on Ricky, but I never end up actually getting it, just because games never get to that point. Tower is going to get torn down in an instant. Ricky picking up that one. They're going to find a fake Chaos Knight. That's a new replicate, actually. It would be good to them to bring it down. Did they purge that? No, they didn't. Did they hex it? Yeah, they did. Okay, hex does kill off illusions in one hit. Come With Me completely revealed by Balsam. Is there any true sight there? No. Balsam is just going to spot out that CK, but he has a ton of HP. There's a glimpse back onto Atsy. Kinetic Field not going to hit, though. God looking to engage on this one. There's a Tornado going to fly out, hit nothing as Freezer's popped off his BKB. Going to look towards Atsy, who's going to go straight in. Balsam trying to kill Mania. In the meantime, Invoker's the first one to fall. Vegas and Tidehunter going to fall very quickly afterwards. Freezer going to pick off that Venomancer in the bottom of this fight. However, come with me. Going to force Rise into a corner. He's going to go down. Rise is on a clock here. Nino getting chased down by Freezer. Sunstrike going to hit onto someone. How is he still alive? Rise, come with me, is actually stuck because of that cloud. Balsam unable to move. He's going to blink strike forward and get yet another kill. God and Freezer are still alive though, as Rikimaru still does have that Aegis. Going to go straight for Freezer. 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit. One more hit is going to do it. Tornado going to fly out. That's going to drop the Broodmother. Balsam taking a lot of damage from this Morphling though. Deafening Blast, such a powerful tool in this engagement. Plus a Hex on top of that. Balsam with the right click damage. Will he have enough to kill off God before he waveforms of strength morphs out? It will be enough. And MYM get a clean sweep of AL. Balsam not even dropping his Aegis. This Ricky doing absolute work. And really, I think that was because Ricky chose his target correctly. He went straight for the Tidehunter, so soft at this point, and that Ravage never came out. That would have been devastating. Even though Invoker did drop very early on in the fight, I do believe he bought back. Yeah, he did buy back. And whoa, that meteor right in front of the camera. Vegas, oh, Alacrity, that was some mind game stuff right there. But Balsam doing the heavy damage is going to go for that Butterfly, so he's going to look toward even more damage. And AO, they're slowly getting further and further behind, but with their team comp, it really doesn't mean all that much, because at a certain point, they're just going to stop losing these fights. I mean, like, CK is going to do a lot more damage, Morphling's going to do a lot more damage, the Broodmother's going to do a lot more damage, and then at that point, I mean, they could just kill the entirety of MYM, and then Rikimaru is stuck there without any support, and then he's eventually going to get brought down as well. But that's still a little bit away. Balsam is definitely the scariest here on the map. 19-3-16. So that's a pretty terrifying score. What is that? 35 kills are on this Rikimaru. Or Rikimaru's been involved in 35 kills out of 41. So only 6 kills happen on this entire map that Ricky hasn't been a part of. That is absurd when you think about it. I mean, Ricky is a carry hero, and he's been involved in 35 out of 41. What is that? That's like 90%. I just put my calculator away, actually. But yeah, it's a high percentage of kill participation. I mean, like, he was the one teleporting to the top lane in that beginning of the game to support his buddies. So I do like how Balsam is playing out this game. Manta Style, Diffusal Blade, BKB, Butterfly, and then once the Aegis is burned, I'm sure it's going to be something like Eye of Scotty, because no one can resist the Eye of Scotty. Morphling already showed himself that he is unable to resist, but 4 smoked up in this top lane. This could be horrible for MYM. But, you know, the Tornado, the Deafening Blast, that's a lot of lockdown. That'll just give them a lot of time to run away. Oh, Butterfly in this Ricky. He's going to be hitting like a truck. He's already hitting like a truck. He's going to kill Vegas in like 2 hits instead of 3. Everyone's from AL still smoked up. There's the Ravage being popped off. They're going to go straight for Calculus. He's going to take a 2-second stun. He's going to go down. I feel no. A response Ravage from the Nino. And he's going to get trapped in the kinetic field. But a valiant sacrifice. Glimpse back is Calculus. Unfortunately, that sacrifice wasn't in vain, as both of them are going to fall. God, with the chasing power, is going to bring down both of them. So AL get a clean smoke gank there. But Nino is just going to buy right back. And smoke up, instantly cancelled though. Come with me, he's on the front line. He's gonna get 3-second stun onto Atsy for Freezer due to the damage. Roar, no, Roar's not on cooldown, but here comes Balsam. Gonna go straight for Come With Me. The damage isn't really there though. He's not getting that backside damage. He's gonna go straight for Vegas instead. 1 hit, 2 hit, he's gonna go down. Where's Rikimaru? He's stuck in the trees. 4-second stun as Morphling does waveform in. I don't know if he can get out of there. Rise is still alive, Nino's still alive, but all the big damage dealers from AL are also still alive. Where is this Rikimaru? There he is, killing off the Broodmother. Popped up the BKB. He could keep going if he wanted to, but the stuns on his team, unfortunately, not there. 3-second stun into a Reality Rift. Balsam taking a little bit of damage there, but the evasion really doing wonders for him. God, you know, look towards Balsam, but the evasion, the mischance from the smoke is there as well. Balsam is going to get dropped really low. He's going to fall as well, unable to buy back. Rise is also, I feel, unable to be saved. Reality Rift not going to latch, though. God, waveform misses as well. And that's what I'm talking about. AL, I mean, that fight was extremely scattered, so I guess that's not really a fair comparison. Invoker wasn't there that entire fight. Invoker, such a huge factor in these late game fights with the Tornado, with the Deafening Blast especially. Now, 4-second stun when the enemies can't attack, that is absurd, especially against AL's heavy right-click squad. But I had no idea what was happening in this fight. I didn't know, like, these trees, I couldn't see shit, plus all the illusions. I mean, it's pretty much impossible to tell what's going on unless you're actually controlling a hero. Then you're only looking at one thing. But AL, they did get the upper hand in that fight. That's going to give Morphling a lot of gold. That's going to give CK quite a bit of gold as well. And Tidehunter, Oh my god, is he gonna get a mech? Wow, how's the Tidehunter so wealthy? A 45, actually it's gonna be like a 55-minute mech on the Tidehunter.
Illusion.
How lucky. This Tidehunter's so farmed right now. Morphling, chilling at 1 HP, a stray Sunstrike will kill him off, but I don't think the Evoker is going to do that, because why would you do that? A little bit of a push from MYM, but they really can't do anything without this Ricky. He needs more HP at this point. I mean, he's taking a ton of hits, but he can only do so much. Maybe a rebought BKB would be good, or a Eye of Scotty. Those are the two choices I would recommend towards this Ricky. Lifesteal, I don't know. You could do a lot of work with lifesteal as well, but his right clicks aren't really that. I mean, they pale in comparison to the right clicks plus backstab. Let's do a little bit of quick math, shall we? We have 221 plus 54. That is 275. Plus another 205. That's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Oh my god, that hurts. Wait, yeah, that's correct. I believe that's correct. So yeah, this Rikimaru not to be messed with, because he will just turn around and shred your face off with his little satyr claws. He does look like a is it a satyr? I don't even remember. Yeah, he is. He is. Is he? In Dota 1, I think he was. Yeah, he was the model of the tiny satyr. Yes, I'm correct. Okay, yeah. I'm just like trying to think back to Dota 1, guys. Good times, good times. Beastmaster going for a fantastic item. I love the pickup. Vlad's offering. And oh, Balsam, what the hell happened? He tried to run away, but there's a gem on the CK. Reality Rift can bring down the Ricky once again. Oh. Ethereal Blade is what happened. Ethereal Blade hurts like a bitch. Especially when the Morphling has just as much agility as the Rikimaru. So 85 seconds. There's going to be an AL. They're going to go for Roshan. I feel like they can push the tier 3s. It's going to be a little bit hard, though, with all the anti-push abilities coming out from, well, just the Invoker, really. The Roshan is going to go down. This is the third Roshan. And how are they going to divide these up? I feel like God needs the Aegis. Come with me. Doesn't really need anything. Freezer with the cheese, maybe? Well, either way, AL, their late game is coming into full effect right now. And MYM, they might have passed their viable time slot to win this game. I mean, yes, their Ricky is still very, very farmed. If they take a good fight... Really? Cheese on Mania? Okay. If they take a good fight, they are still in this game. I mean, don't get me wrong. MYM, they're still in a fantastic lead. Actually, what the hell? The farm from AL is absurd. Well, lead is still in MYM's favor, at least. I'm a little bit correct there. But, yeah, just the way the fights have been going, AL have been slowly getting stronger every single fight. And that's because their heroes scale into the late game. CK, Morphling, Broodmother, all fantastic late game heroes. Whereas MYM, they have Ricky. And Disruptor, I guess he should get a Aghanim Scepter, right? So we could just drop down more spells. But really, Rikimaru is the only one who's a real threat to AL. God could shotgun down Rise now if he wanted to. He's going to Adaptive Strike Atsi. Take about 1/3 of his HP with one spell. Pretty absurd. Balsam is now revived. AL they picked up the Roshan during those 80 seconds. I think they could have taken down Rax's. I do think that would have been possible. But now it looks like they're gearing up to smoke up. Smoke around this top lane, maybe trying to pull some of AL's heroes up there. But all of AL's heroes, they're in the mid lane, except for God, who apparently has better ideas, like taking a Haste Rune. Not quite a late game double damage, but hey, a Haste Rune is still pretty frickin' good. But everyone from AL with a giant Spiderling army with Freezer. They're looking to push down this lane, at least apply some pressure to it. Fade Bolt and the Axes should clear off most of this. There you go. Plus Balsam doing like 1,000,000 damage a shot. But it's really the spell damage that Balsam's going to be concerned with. That spell damage brought him down with that shotgun. He can do the same with pretty much anything else. Come With Me has picked up the MKB, so he's going to not increase the damage of his Phantasm Illusions, but still do a lot of damage with that True Strike, because it will prevent him from missing. There's the Phantasm. AL, they want to push during this wave, but there are a lot of Venomous Wards up. There are a lot of Forge Spirits up as well. Kinetic Field going to throw off, and there goes the initiation onto Calculus. Reality Rift instantly canceled off, but the 4-second stun onto Rise. Silence as well. Ricky picking up the Disruptor, and Rise gonna go down before he gets his Roar off. That's gonna be pretty huge. Calculus trying to run away with that Ice Wall. Unfortunately, unable to prevent God from shotgunning him down. Ricky has picked off the Broodmother as well as the Tidehunter. Could look for more. Come with me. Is completely out of mana. Can take the Roar because Rise is bought back. AL's God now in a little bit of trouble. There goes the Aegis of the Immortal. He's gonna be resurrected by the time. Well, the smoke is going to be close. He's unable to get out of there. There's the telekinesis, and AL get wiped. So, yeah, do you know what I was saying about AL's fight going better and better? That wasn't one of those times. Morphling does buy back into the game. I feel like, yeah, Broodmother's the only one who could also buy back. Between the two of them, they have not a shot because Ricky Maru, between the smoke screen, between the butterfly evasion, pretty much impossible to hit if you're in that smoke screen. Broodmother is forced to buy back, but I do think these are going to be Raxes because they need the CK on the front lines. Ravage was not used, so they do still have that in their pocket, but the BKB is up once again on the Ricky. So they're just going to tear this down. There goes the Manta's Disruptor. Is also going to lay down a Static Storm, do a lot of damage to Rise. Balsam going to pop his BKB, going to go straight for Vigas. It's actually going to be God who's going to snipe out the Venomancer. Balsam does lay down his smoke, kind of as a zoning tool, but they're just going to walk right through it, glimpsing back. Rise to take a full waveform plus damage from that ethereal form. Calculus is going to get slowed down, popping off that Ghost Walk. Dust is going to fly though, and Calculus now going to go to full Wex, Exort, and just going to run on out of there. He should be fine. Laying down that Ice Wall, more Wex, and God slowed down, unable to chase. That's going to be, oh no, Rise and Balsam picking off the Disruptor and the telekinesis onto the Tidehunter. Balsam picking up 2 kills. Freezer going to pop off his Ghost Scepter, so he should be safe for just a little bit, but God looking for Rise. He gets hexed up though. Calculus is returned to the fight, and Balsam picks up a triple kill. And AL, now their Morphling has no buyback. The only one with buyback is no one. This is definitely going to mean Raxes. I mean, CK is up again, but CK is a tank. He cannot do the damage that the Morphling can deal. These Raxes are going to go down in MYM. It looked really, really close. It looked, I mean, yes, 52 to 30. It shouldn't look close, but when Balsam got dropped those 2 times without buyback, that was dangerous. They're going to take down the melee Raxes. They're going to slide right down to the spot lane. Alacrity on the Ricky, yeah, that is painful right there. Freezer can open up with that silence, but you know what? Match style OP. Freezer is now taking a lot of damage. He's going to go down to Balsam. Come with me, trying to make something happen, but the Deafening Blast, such a powerful tool in this late game situation. Come with me, has all his mana drained out. Teleportation coming in is going to be that Tidehunter who does have that Ravage. Yes, he does. He's going to burn it. Balsam stunned up quite a bit as well. Reality Rift, is it going to be enough damage to bring it down? It is going to be enough damage. Now everyone from MYM's got to fall back. Rise is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Calculus is going to take a Static Storm, but gets Reality Rift. After that 4-staff out, Rise is going to teleport out safely. Nino's going to teleport out safely. But AL, they've successfully defended their bot lane. But they have lost their mid lane, as Balsam has bought back into the game. Calculus does have a buyback. No, he doesn't. 2 minutes until that happens. Oh, this game, man. This game is pretty good. This game is pretty good. AL, they're still not out of it. Raxes will slow them down just a little bit. But Balsam, I mean, he's getting opportunities to assassinate people. He's just jumping straight in. The Hex from this Invoker, invaluable. The Deafening Blast from this Invoker, invaluable. The Roar from the Beastmaster is just getting Balsam so much time to just do whatever the hell he wants. 28-6-17, absurd score, not only on a carry hero, but on anyone. Like, that score is just out of this freaking world. What is this? 45 out of 53 kills. Kind of slipping there a little bit. But still, this Ricky Maru has been so active this entire game, completely out of those purge charges. He's been out for quite a bit, for quite a while now, I mean. But he has picked up the travels, so he doesn't need 2 slots for both the boots as well as a TP. It's all in one. He's going to push back all of the lanes by himself. Now, Ricky, you could go for whatever you want. I hope it's an Eye of Scotty, but it should be buyback. Although, well, I guess not buyback. He has 3 minutes to farm up something. Maybe a rebought BKB would be good. But AL, they're pissed. They're all in the mid lane. Did they replicate? Yes, replicate is up. So they're going to push down this mid lane. I don't really feel like it's a desperation move, but it might be. If they take a good fight here, they could win the game. If they take an average fight, they equalize their axes. If they take a bad fight, they lose the game. So I guess it is kind of all in for AL in this mid lane. I don't feel like they have to do this, though. They could just keep farming, because they will just keep getting stronger and stronger. Whereas MYM, they'll just get weaker and weaker in comparison after going to set up his Plague Wards. You know, they have a Boar on the front lines, you have Forge Spirits on the front lines, you have a Deafening Blast Meteor to thin the creep wave. It's going to be very difficult for AL to break this, and they're just going to fall right on back. Do they have a gem? Yes, the gem is up on the CK. I think MYM also have a gem, though. Basher. Really? A Basher. Yeah, gem on the Rubik. So there's gems everywhere. Rubik, I mean, Ricky gonna go for a very, very odd choice in the Basher. Not really the item of that's usually picked up from Ricky's, but I guess with, well, I mean, before I was speaking in pre-Abyssal Blade terms. I guess Abyssal Blade will be fantastic on Ricky because, I mean, why slow them when you could stun them, right? So I guess that's a good pickup there. Ricky could do a little bit of perma-bashing action. It's going to be quite a while until he gets enough gold for that relic, though, so he's going to hold on to that Basher, but hey, it's a good item in and of itself. And then, you know, once Ricky's topped out, he's not actually topped out because both of his items can be rebought to great effect. BKB can be rebought, Diffusal Blade can be rebought. Looks like they're just going to shred down this tier 2 tower, the Rikimaru Illusions. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can do this by themselves. But the creep wave is there to help out. This tower is going to go down. Will it go down? AL, they're getting closer. Save the tower. Operation Save the Tower. Deny the tower. Operation Deny the Tower. Deny the tower is successful. Just come with me with one swipe of his Chaos Knight stick. Does deny that tower. I mean, he does some pretty good damage. Oh, God, those creeps did not deserve that, Invoker. What the hell's wrong with you? They're just soldiers. They have homes and families, and they just want to make it back alive, but no, you're going to crap all over their hopes and dreams and kill them with a deafening blast and meteor. How awful of you. But he doesn't have a face, so I guess he can't really see them. Another sheep stick is up. Let's do another quick item check, because it doesn't look like anything's going to happen. Gonna keep an eye on the minimap whilst I'm doing this. Calculus hasn't picked up much. He does have 4,200 gold in the bank, though, so fair enough. BKB has been up on the Venomancer for quite a while, though. Yeah, 7 seconds left on that. Gonna go for a mech. Really? They don't have a mech? They don't have a mech. That's kind of weird. Usually you would get a mech before a BKB, but oh no, he's just gonna get armor for his team. Very interesting item choice, and I do like that. Vlad's offering on Rise, who hasn't really been getting much, but he does have a lot of gold in the bank as well. Just like the Vise on the Nino. Morphling. Gonna go for Satanic, it looks like. Come with me, hasn't progressed much. Does he have gold in the bank? He does have enough for buy. Oh, he doesn't have enough for buyback. This could be a good shot for MYM to make something happen. Mania, still with nothing. Finished his mech. It wasn't a 55-minute mech. I think it was only a 50-minute mech. Good on him. Freezer is not with much at all, actually. 1-9-10. This Broodmother not really having the best game of her life. You can see she's sitting right in the middle as far as the gold per minute goes. And, of course, as soon as I do that item check, they pause the game. I'm going to take a drink of water, guys. Wait, what? What? Oh, Rise crashed, but the Nino left. I agree, Vegas. It is a very good game. I do like this game. I mean, usually I don't like long games, but this is not a farm fest. I mean, for the Radiant alone, there's been a kill a minute. And then AL, they've been kind of lagging behind, but that's just because they have so much invested into this late game. Everyone was invisible? Ah, that's why you had to disconnect. Okay. But, okay, these graphs should be pretty even. 75, yeah, less than 10,000 in favor of anyone, so no one is with a commanding lead. As I say that, commanding experience lead onto MYM. Their Invoker is currently maxed out. He could drop any spell to full efficiency. This guy's the Master of the Universe, pretty much a Planeswalker at this point. Invoker, is there a Planeswalker that looks like this guy? I don't think so. I haven't played MTG in a long time, so I wouldn't really know. Beastmaster still has quite a ways to go as far as experience goes. There's a lot of free item slots as well. Level 1 boots, really? I mean, get, like, power treads or something. Come on, man. Morphling gonna get that Satanic. I'm not really sure if that's the right choice. I mean, yes, that'll help him a lot, but I feel like what would help him even more is a BKB. Because then he could hit through the smoke. And that smoke is really what's killing him. Like, you try to dodge the smoke, I guess, but I mean, you're not going to lifesteal anything if you are missing all of your attacks. So he's going to go for the Satanic, which is, I mean, like, that's a pretty standard item choice for Morphlings. So, I mean, like, it's not a bad item, but I feel like there is a better item to get there. But hey, he's Morphling. He can do whatever the hell he wants. CK is going to go for a BKB, it looks like, unless he's going to go for a Halberd. That would be an extraordinary pickup for him, or from anyone from AL, really. If anyone on their team gets a Halberd, Ricky is going to be so screwed. Because BKB is down to 5 seconds. It's been down to 5 seconds for quite a while. Teleportation onto that Storm Spirit. Balsam instantly revealing himself. Going to take a Gush, going to take a 2-second stun, as well as getting glimpsed back. Balsam going to get a free escape there, but this fight cannot be fought from MYM. Atsy going to get caught in that Static Storm. And you can see the Static Storm doesn't do all that much damage. Rikimaru now running back to this fight. So AL, they kind of gave Rikimaru a full pass out. Ravage is still up though. EMP going to blast, not hit anything though. Roshan getting dangerously low. If MYM going to fight this, they got to go right now because Roshan is going to fall. There's God picking up one of them, and Atsy popping off his BKB, going to kill the Disruptor right off the bat. God taking Hex as well. This is why you get a freaking BKB. There goes the Aegis, the Immortal. Come with me, taking a lot of damage as well. The Basher too strong. Smoke as well. Ravage. Well, Mania's thinking about it, but God getting hexed up or disabled once again from the Cold Snap. Oh my God, AL. That is why you get a BKB on Morphling, because hexes, there's 2 of them now, guys. One on the Rubik, one on the Invoker, and the communication skills from MYM is there. They've been playing together for quite a while now. CK, yeah, buyback, no buyback on him. Disruptor, no buyback either, because he's poor as shit. This is going to mean another tier 3 tower. This might mean another set of Fraxes unless AL somehow manage to mount a defense. They do have the Ravage still. They do have the Broodmother plus a Morphling. But these Fraxes are going to go down. Blink forward onto Mania. 1 hit, 2 hit. Oh my God, he got shredded down. No, he's still alive actually. Nino going to hex him down. Kind of wasted there. Balsam going to pop his BKB. There goes Deafening Blast. Going to hit onto God. He's going to push back. Popping off that Mantis style, but he's still going to get hexed once again. And God is going to take yet another fall. Had the cheese, was hexed up. Couldn't burn it. The bottom lane has been cleared out. The mid lane pushed all the way to the tier 4s, and I do believe after an hour of play, MYM are going to come out on top. AL, unfortunately, kind of dropping that fight in that Roshan pit. Their late game strategy, their late game heroes didn't get big enough. Balsam carrying the game with 1,000,000 kills on the Ricky, but of course, also you had Calculus with those sick Deafening Blasts and Tornadoes to save them, and all those little things. Hell, they added up to a victory in favor of MYM, taking it over AL. Thanks for watching, guys. Star Series Season 3, more games to come. GG.